welcome to my show Indus Cuisine. I'm your chef Basim Akhund. We're back with another new episode and a new recipe from the heart of Pakistan. Today's recipe is known as bun kebab. It's a very easy recipe, and what does this basically mean? Bun, as you know, it means like a bun which you use for a burger, and kebab means you could say a patty. But when we talk about bun kebab, it's our local recipe or a local take on the Western burger. This recipe has come around, you can say, around 1947 when Pakistan got its early independence, and it has been a part of the city of Karachi, also known as Kolachi. Everyone knows that Karachi is the cosmopolitan hub of the country I live in, which is Pakistan, and it is a very fast country. We can say that it's the New York of Pakistan, where people do not have time to have big or long lunch breaks. So usually when you get a 1 hour lunch break, people still try to perform in that 1 hour. Why? Because they want to be at their best, at their epitome. So what do? They go for a very small break, a lunch break, and they try to get something which is very easily accessible. So the street food bun kebab came into being. This recipe is very easy, and you can see there's a lot of ingredients over here. Why? Because this recipe will be made in 3 parts. We'll be making some French fries, which are the Afghani fries. How do we make fries over here? I'll let you know, but that goes in the end. But that you need to make the patty. This patty is completely vegan, and if you like, you can minus the egg part and you can keep all the other ingredients over here. So firstly, what do you need? You need around 1 cup of boiled gram lentil. It's boiled, so what happens is 1 cup converts into almost 2 cups, because when it takes water in, it tries to inflate itself because it's natural. Then you need around 2 potatoes which are properly boiled. Then you need some chaat masala. What is chaat masala? Chaat masala is this nice tangy masala which you get in Pakistan. Then you need some garam masala. You need some cumin powder. You need red chili powder. You need some oil to shallow fry the kebabs. Then you need some gram flour, salt to taste, some ginger and garlic shredded, and some egg. So now how will you actually make this recipe? For that you need 1 onion also for the patty, and why is that? I'll let you know. But first what I'll do is I'll take a small pan, I'll put it over here, and I'll bring it to heat. When the pan comes to heat, what I'll do is I'll add 1 onion, I'll slice it, and I'll just saute it a bit. The pan needs to be really hot. The root is on, so what I'll do is I'll actually chop it rather than slicing it. Why? Because I will save 1 step for, because if I slice it and I saute it, then what I'll have to do is I'll have to put it on the board and chop it again. Why? Because I want it to be completely finely minced, and then I'll add it to the patty over here. This is done. You do not need a food processor for this recipe. You can just use a mashing stick. That's what we call it. I'll show you what that is. I think everyone knows about it. It's very easily available also in every superstore, be it Pakistan or be it the West or be it wherever in the world. Okay, the roots go on the side. I'll throw it. Do not use it. And now what you need is you need to add this to the dry pan and just let it sweat. I want it to sweat, so what I'll do is I'll just add like a dash of oil, not too much, just a teaspoon, not even a tablespoon for that matter, and like you could say a pinch of salt, and I'll mix it up. The salt will bring out the moisture and it will reduce the size of the onion, and what will happen is when the moisture is out of the onion, the patties are going to stick together and they'll form properly. So just mix it, give it a lid for like 1 minute. So till the time this is happening, what we'll do is we'll start getting ready all the spices. But before that, you need some ginger. I'll keep it over here, and around 3 cloves of garlic which I need to shred. Okay, reduce the heat to low. Do not overheat this. The shredder is over here. Keep it over here. First I'll go with the garlic. They're nice big pieces of garlic. And 1 more. You need some ginger. This is done. Okay, the root and the end part of the ginger and garlic go in the dustbin. Just keep an eye over here. As you can see, it's browning up. Let it brown and keep mixing it now momentarily. Pull the ginger from the back, keep it over here, and now just rinse your hands once. This is done. Pick up your chef knife and just finely chop it even further. And over here, the onion is done. So now everything is done. You need a bowl so that you can mix all the ingredients in. Put it over here. Now, firstly, what you need to do is add some spices to the onions. Why? Because that will increase the flavor of the spices. I'll add some garam masala, some cumin powder, then I'll add some red chili powder. I'll just mix it a bit, not too much. So I'll pick up a spatula. I'm roasting it so that the spices increase in their flavor. They go up a notch. This is done. Now what I'll do is I'll switch the stove off. Okay, firstly what you need is you need the potatoes to go in. So I'll add the potatoes, the 2 boiled potatoes, mash them with a masher. So we're making the patty of the bun kebab, the desi version of any burger you've had abroad. This is done. Just shake it a bit. Now add the boiled lentil. Transfer it here. Keep it on the side and mash it properly. You have to be patient while you're doing this. You can't be in a hurry. And as you can see, it's already sticking together and taking like a nice form. And this is done. Just shake it a bit. Keep this here and pick the ginger garlic up and slide it in. This goes in. Now we shall add the spices from the pan. Spread it out. Try taking out all the spice. Why? Because this is the flavor that will bring out the taste of the recipe. Now you need around half a teaspoon of salt. And now start mixing it. I'll mix it with a spatula. Bring it close first, bring it together, and then just mix it. And for this you need to do it with your hands. Okay, just like Play-Doh, or like you're actually bringing together flour for some roti or for some pizza, like dough. Bring it together, keep folding it. The consistency is pretty thick. Remember, always have your hands clean, wash them. My hands were clean, so I'm just now pressing it together and bringing it into a form of nice dough, and you have this. Okay, now what you need to do is add some chaat masala, but you have to spread it out. This is done. Keep it back over here. Press it first, and as you can see, it's absorbing all the spices. And now mix it again. Okay, now the spices are in. Now what you need to do is you need to make patties, but for that you need to rinse your hands once. Firstly, I'll take a wok and I'll put it on heat over here, and I'll add some water so that I can add the potatoes in it, because we're making Afghani fries also, so I need to multitask. So add around a liter of water, give it a lid and bring it to boil properly. Get a plate and keep it over here. Okay, now what you need to do is dip your hands in some oil after washing them. Take this and form a patty. It's so easy. It's literally like simple basics. So bring it together like this and keep it over here. It's very simple. It's a vegan patty. People who try avoiding any form of meat can make this at home and enjoy it, and literally it will taste something like meat only. So there was a study in Pakistan which said that when all these multinational burger companies come over here, they also look for the local ingredients and for the local market, and they see what the locals in Pakistan would like. And then they introduce burgers which include things like a bun kebab patty or something which is based on potato alone. And you can always make these patties and freeze them for up to 6 months in the freezer, and they will stay fresh but not open. Whenever you freeze something, always cover it up and then freeze it. By covering it up, I mean give it a cling wrap around it and then put it in the fridge or the freezer, and it will taste as good as the first time you made it, maybe on the first day. This is done. I'll just add some more to this and make it a bit thicker. And this patty is also ready. So the patties are here. I'll let them rest in front of you, and I'll pick this and I'll keep it on the side. I'll rinse my hands once more and then dry them out. So okay, the next step is, as you can see, the water has come to boil. I'll put it on pilot. I'll start making the fries on the side. So I'll keep this over here, and step by step we shall go with it. Just clean your board once and pick up the potatoes. So remember, whenever you're making the fries, the local fries, you need to really rub and wash these, and you want the skin on. So these are the red potatoes which come in the winter season, and we shall be using these. The only thing you need to do is you need to start cutting them in the form of fries. So what people usually do in the West is they just deep fry the potato, but over here what we do is we blanch the potatoes for at least 2 minutes, and then we let it cool down, and then what we'll do next, I'll let you know. But before that, I'll just slice the potato in front of you, and we'll cut them into fries. So at least this thick each fry should be. I'm doing it in front of you. Keep the skin on. There's this famous burger company which I came across in England, which I won't name on TV, but I bet if you've eaten that or if you love burgers, you would know that they also make their fries with the peel on. So the potatoes are done. I usually cut this part out. Why? Because then I balance the potato like this and it doesn't slip. And then just make slices. Once this is done, just blanch the potatoes for 2 to 3 minutes. The water needs to be boiling hot. Add like around a quarter teaspoon of salt and transfer all of these over here. So I'll just transfer the potatoes. In the water, increase the heat to full and let it boil. Okay, so this recipe has no tomato ketchup, nothing in it, but it has a chutney which I'll teach you how to make. But there's a lot to be done right now. Go for a short break, and once we come back, I'll let you know what to do. Welcome back. You're watching India's Cuisine, and I'm your chef Basim Akhund. During the break, I just waited for you, and the only thing that was happening was the potatoes were boiling. The potatoes have boiled. I shall just drain them out, but you need to remember one thing. You drain them, you let them cool down first, and then you fry them again. You will not add the hot boiled potatoes to the hot oil. Why? Because it will get bad and you won't get that perfect texture. Let them come back to room temperature and then fry them. I'm giving you out trade secrets of a restaurant. I hope you don't open one, but even if you do, I wish you luck. Okay, so this goes over here. Drain this out and let them rest. So for that, I shall take a bowl. I'll keep it over here in front of you. And as you can see, I've boiled them a bit, but not too much. They're a bit translucent. I let them cool down properly, and till the time they're cooling down, I'll shift them at the back. Okay, so now we need to make the chutney. I'll make the patties in the end. There's a reason behind that. Why? Because I want it to be really hot when I'm plating it in front of you. Okay, so for the chutney, what do you need? You need green chilies around 2 to 3. Okay, if you like the spice level to be really high, you can use 4 to 5. But if you want to maintain the level of the spice towards the medium, I think you could use 3. That would be more than enough. Okay, so now this is done. You need 3 green chilies. You need 1 onion. What I'll do is I'll take actually half an onion, not 1 onion. I'll just take the root out. The root goes. I'll just roughly chop it in front of you. Why? Because we're making the green chutney no one ever teaches you, and I shall teach it to you today. And then you need some coriander, fresh coriander, and the secret is the sticks go in. Why? Because the flavor, the punchy flavor is over here. So what I'll do is I'll just roughly chop it like this. But you don't take those roots or those stems which are actually in the soil. This is just the clean part, the clean roots of the coriander. Okay, then you need some sugar. It goes over here. And then you need some salt, and you need some tamarind paste. Okay, so first what we'll do is we shall transfer the tamarind paste over here. Always mix it up once and then transfer it. This goes on the side. Rinse your hands once. And now add salt. Salt would be just a 1/4 teaspoon, not too much. Why? Because we've already added the tamarind paste, so it's a bit sour already. Then you add a teaspoon of sugar. Then you add half an onion. Then you add the 3 green chilies. And in the end, you shall add the coriander. But before that, what you need is, you need some yogurt. So we'll add around a cup of yogurt over here. Try shaking it and taking out as much as you can. Then you shall add the fresh coriander. It goes in. Press it down. Try not wasting anything. Give it a lid and mix it up. So as you can see, the chutney is done. I'll just pick up this bowl and I'll transfer it over here in front of you. Oh, and this is delicious. Okay, this goes back on the side. I'll just give it a lid once more and keep it on the side. I'll keep it on the side momentarily, and now we shall start cooking the whole recipe. So we'll multitask. What we'll do is we'll make the fries and we'll also do the bun kebab. For that, but before, you need to add something to this. So as I said, there's a method to all the madness in the world. I try rinsing my things whenever I can. There's a reason behind, because we're cooking outdoors and you never know what dives into it, things. Okay, this goes in. Take the chaat masala, add it on the fries, shake it, add some more. But before that, take this, keep it over here, increase the heat. Once it comes to heat, what I'll do is I'll add the oil into it. Now what you need is, the main ingredient is some corn flour. So the corn flour goes in, you shake it up again, give it a nice coat, mix it. And as you can see, the fries or the potatoes are properly coated. And yet again, you need to let it rest for at least 2 to 3 minutes. So I'll let it rest on the side. And why are you resting it? I'll tell you. Because the potatoes' moisture will start helping the corn flour to stick properly, and when you fry it, it's going to give you this nice crispy texture on the top. Okay, now rinse it. Okay, the question is, why do you call these Afghani fries? because after the Russian war, the USSR war with Afghanistan, what happened was Pakistan hosted a lot of refugees. And do you know this, that Pakistan is that country that has hosted the highest number of refugees in the world in terms of giving them places to live, giving them food, giving them places to work at. So we are a welfare state also. So when these refugees came, so they had to do something or the other. So now what would they do? So some people started selling, you could say, sweet potato, which was baked underground. Some people started making French fries. But the Afghani way of making French fries was to boil it, cool it down, add chaat masala, some spice to it, add some corn flour, let it rest again, and then fry it. So this actually became a livelihood for people. Now if you actually go to the old city or old part of Karachi, now also you'll see some Afghanis who have become Pakistanis now cooking or making French fries, and they've been doing this for the past 20 years, and they've supported their family or their children through their education with this one thing. Okay, so now the pan is actually really hot. What we'll do is we'll add some cold oil to it. Why? Because we need to fry. Okay, so when the cold oil will go inside, the heat will come down, so it's fine, don't worry, it's not going to burn. Now what you need is you need another pan. You need to cook this recipe in basically 3 different places. So bring this pan to heat. When this comes to heat, what we'll do is we'll start making the patties. Okay, so we also serve a deep fried egg on top, and it's delicious, and I'll tell you how to do that also. But first, when this comes to heat, we'll add the oil. But before that, what we need is we need to cut some vegetables which will go on top. Okay, so we take an onion, we start taking the root out. This goes on the side, and we slice it really paper thin. It needs to be so thin that it starts collapsing. Remember, texture matters a lot. This is done. This part is not needed, goes over here. Pick up a plate, keep it over here. Transfer the onions on the side. Why? Because we need to start plating it soon. Take some salt, add it on top, mix it up. It will let the moisture come out. This is done. Now you need 1 tomato. Cut at least 15% out because this is the part we do not need. Okay, the pan has come to heat. What we'll do is we'll add around half a cup of oil. Keep the remaining on the side and cut thin slices of tomatoes also. So I'll assemble it and I'll cook it in front of you. Keep the tomatoes here. And this goes on the side over here. And I'll keep the plate at the back. Okay, now as you can see, the oil has come to heat. Now pick up the fries, reduce the heat of the oil again, and add it to the pan. As you can see, it's properly hot. Shake it up. You don't want it to stick. And remember not to move them a lot. Why? Because they start breaking then. You don't need this. This goes at the back. Just rinse your hands once. And now the time comes to cook the patties. Okay, the pan has come to heat now. Reduce the heat to really low. Okay, this is clean. I'll just now add the patties. The patties go in. And you fry these beautiful babies for at least 3 minutes each side. So till the time this is frying, what we'll do is we'll do some cleanup and I'll start assembling this in front of you then. So as you can see, the patties are done. You can see this nice brown coating on top. And then the fries are done. They're delicious. I'm going to have one for you. Okay. What do you need to do now? You need to cut the buns. Once you cut the buns, you need to start assembling it, and I'll do in front of you A to Z. It's very easy. Just need a bread knife. Slice the buns slowly. I've made 6 burgers, but I'll just dish out 2 in front of you because I would like to share it in detail. Okay, the other thing what you need is take a clean wok if you would like, bring it to heat. It's clean. I'm using that. Why? Because I'm going to toast the buns in that. Okay, but before that, what you need is you need to start getting everything ready. So the lower bun, dip it in oil, just a bit, bring it back. Dip it in oil. This is how you do it in Pakistan. Okay, now when this pan comes to heat, just slightly toast it. You can use anything that can give you this flat surface. You can use a wok, you can use a pan, you can use anything that will give you this nice hot surface. So remember that, I said it twice, but the only reason was so I could explain it to you. So I'm just going to grill the inner part. I'll keep it over here. Put this off. Now, first you made that chutney, which is over here. I'll start assembling it. First we'll add the patty. Always press it a bit. This is how you do it in Pakistan. Pick the other one up, press it a bit again. Now, what you need to do is you need to add some vegetables. So first we go with the tomatoes. Then you add the onions, which were actually falling apart. Then you put some French fries in it. The same goes for this one. Place it over here. Add the remaining fries. Pick this up, take it on the side. Okay, now mix the chutney up. Pour it on top. Clean your hands once. Take an egg. Deep fry it. Keep the shells at the back. This goes back in the dustbin. Keep your area clean. Rinse your hands once. And just let it fry slowly and gradually. And now that the egg is done, what I'll do is I'll take some oil, put it on the yolk like this, cook it from the top. So as you can see, the egg is getting nice and fat. Pick it up, place this beautiful thing on top, and let the yolk run. As you can see, the yolk is runny. Oh God, it's delicious. Keep the bun on top, and it's ready to serve. I hope you liked today's recipe. I'll see you in another episode of Indus Cuisine. Take care of yourself. Signing out. Bye-bye.